Storage is a big part of Minecraft. I mean, the chest is one of the most well-known items in Minecraft. And I do have a storage system, but it is pathetic, to say the least. It's just a bunch of chests with item frames, and it's not even automatic in any way. So today I'm gonna fix that by building this storage system, which, by the way, I designed myself. Now, I know it's not that impressive, but I am quite proud of it. The first thing you'll notice is that this thing is quite big. Well, obviously, it is designed to hold nearly every item in survival Minecraft, so you're gonna need a lot of resources to build it. If we look at the schematic for it, you can see chest is the #1 required item, and I need 2.8 chock boxes of that. Now, if you didn't know, chests require a lot of wood, so a lot of chests means even more wood. So we're gonna start off today's episode by building a wood farm, because I am way too lazy to go chop down a million trees, because seriously, do you know how much 2.8 chock boxes worth of chests is? 2.8 chock boxes worth of logs ain't even that bad, but 2.8 chock boxes worth of chests? Now that's a whole different story. So here are the materials that I'm gonna need to build this insane farm, and there will be a link in the description if you want to build this farm for yourself. And there you have it, a wood farm that makes me more than 100,000 logs in just 1 hour. But a major drawback of this farm is it requires an extraordinary amount of bone meal. So first you need to gather these warped fungus by bone milling the ground on a machine kind of like this, or you could just do it in the regular biome and then getting a ton of them, which is kind of a slow process, and you need a lot of bone meal for it. And then after that, you need to fill up all of the separate chests and hoppers inside of the farm itself. So it's kind of convenient, the Withershroud farm that I built in the last episode. So after running this farm for about 30 minutes, you can see here is what we got. And they were not lying when they said this farm makes more than 100,000 items in just 1 hour. Mainly I will be using the shroom lights and also the logs for chests, and then the shroom lights for lighting in the storage system. But I can't run this farm any longer because I ran out of those fungus stem warped stuff. I think it's warped stems, this stuff. I ran out of it. I just went and got some, but you can see it's really not a lot, and that farm is really not very fast in particular. So I think it's about time we build another farm, because why not? And now the farm is built. Now I'm not going to show you a time lapse because, well, literally this farm takes like 2 minutes, and that's really not going to make it for a good time lapse. Also, you won't find a link in the description because this farm was designed by myself. So yeah, we can fire this thing up. It is a lot more efficient than the one I previously had, and I will show that to you. So if you go down here, flick these, it will start dispensing bone meal, which I have here. You can see that's firing, and then we just flick this lever. And you can see it starts working. Now we just, give it a second. Fill our inventory with these stuff. And give it a second. Now we just hop on automatic. Now I don't have to manually click with bone meal, and it is a lot faster. You can see we already have a stack of this stuff. So now I'm just gonna let this run for a little while, get a ton of these, and then I'm gonna run that farm back there for a little bit longer until I have enough stuff to craft all of the chests and hoppers that I need for the sorting system. So I've now taken a lot of time going to the Wither Skeleton farm, getting a lot of, a full shock box of bone blocks. I filled up this thing completely with bone meal. I put like tons of this stuff in here. You can see it's still draining. All of these are filled. I manually filled them, and this thing is still draining. I don't know where it's going with the bone meal. Like everywhere, it's filled with bone meal. Now this, I don't understand what's going on here, but still all of this is filled with bone meal. So I do not understand why it is still pulling bone meal and where it's going, but this is crazy, just the amount of bone meal that it can actually hold. And I actually also went ahead and filled up this entire chest using the farm that we built over there. So now I'm gonna go ahead, put a weight on top of my mouse and go AFK for probably like an hour. I also added more storage because yeah, just 2 double chests is not gonna do it. So now we just turn around, take like a few of this. Yeah, that should do it. Yeah, okay, so now we just... Okay, I should probably turn on the farm, huh? Okay, turn on the farm. There we go. And now I'm just gonna put a weight on my mouse and do something else for a little bit. And there you have it. I still had about 9 minutes on the clock, but everything is empty and we only have a little bit of bone meal left. So you can see this farm requires a ton of stuff to run. So now let's check out what we got from it. You are not a benefit of this farm. I do not want you. You are neither. There's leads here. Yes, the one trading died by itself. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 double chests full. And then here as well, another 3 full. You have an iron sword. How the hell? Okay, and then here another chest. So yeah, this should be more than enough required for everything, for all the chests and hoppers that I need to gather. This is absolutely destroying my iron supply. So just to give you an idea, I had a full chest, a chest and a half of iron blocks. Now this is all I have left. Like I used half a chest, half a double chest of iron blocks to craft all of this. That is crazy. I did not expect it to take that much. Luckily I do still, have a ton left. So now when it comes to the rest of the major resources, so we have chests and hoppers. So now we need the polished blackstone bricks, stone bricks, and smooth stone. Those are the 3 that I am now going to start working on. The polished blackstone bricks are really easy. We just get them from the this piglin trading thing, and then just craft them into the polished blackstone bricks. Now, other than the blackstone, the stone bricks and smooth stone is a whole different story. So first, I need to get a bunch of cobblestone and then fill up these shulk boxes and then go smelt all of these in the super smelter over there until I have, just regular stone. And some of that, half of that I need to smelt again to get smooth stone, and then the other half I need to turn into stone bricks. So now we move on to the next step, which is going to be the cyan concrete, and I'm just going to use the gravity block duper. So just fill in this here, and then we fire it up, and then we head to the end, and then we get a lot of easy concrete. I have been really busy, and now after about 8 hours of work, I have collected all of the resources needed for the storage system. Now, I know, I said this was going to take weeks, but just hold on for a second. These aren't all of the resources needed for the storage system. These are the resources needed for the structure, the thing that will, store all the items. But for the item sorters themselves, since they can store every item in Minecraft, first I need to gather every item in Minecraft, and that is what is going to take so long. So quickly think of the toughest thing to get in Minecraft, the thing that is the most difficult to get. You might be thinking elytra, the dragon head, the dragon egg, or maybe the notch apple. They're all very good. Now I have to gather every single one of them for this sorter to work. It can work without them, but I want to have the storage system able to store every item there is, so I'm gonna have to gather every item there is, which is why this is gonna take so long. Also, you obviously notice me rendering this stuff like in layers. Can you not bother me right now? I'm trying to explain something. Thanks. You notice me rendering this stuff in layers, as you can see, all of the layers. This is like a hologram. This isn't the actual blocks, obviously, and this is achieved by a mod called Litematica. So you just take you see this massive blue outline. It's called a schematic, and I took a schematic of the entire storage system, and now I just have to follow this blueprint hologram type of thing to build it. Like I'm gonna build it layer for layer. You can see I can render it layer for layer, and I can even render all of the layers. So if you want to download this mod for yourself, because it makes building big projects like this one a lot easier, it will be the top link in the description. Now with that said, let's start building the storage system. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the entire storage system now done. Now I know what I said, you don't have to remind me. When I started the time lapse, I said that the blocks I had gathered were only for the structure. And that was true, I did not lie to you. All of the other blocks you see that are down here at the bottom, marking each chest, those are the items that were needed for the storage system, like the auto sorter. And I have also completed all of the auto sorters, as well as the multi-item sorter. Now, I did not show any proof that I did it. That is because when showing proof of what I did, I have three options in the way I did it. So first, I can take all of the footage that I gathered of me collecting items, and I can just speed all of it up by like 200%, and then it would look like this. Which you can't really see anything. You can't really see what's happening when something is sped up 200 times. And with the amount of footage that I gathered, yeah, I'm gonna have to speed it up like 200 times unless I want this video to be 40 minutes. So that's one option out of the window. Now we have two left. The second one, of course, is to show a clip every time I put something in a hopper or a chest. So for example, at the multi-item sorter, let's say, for instance, I just started, so I just got the materials needed for the first chest, and then this happens. Open, and put all the items aside, and clip, like this, for example. And then that would also kind of get boring after a little while. Like, you'll watch me do it maybe 10 times, and then it will get boring. And then of course the last option of the three is to show you a clip every time I went to get an item. So for example, when I needed ancient debris, I would show you a clip of me getting ancient debris. For example, if I needed sand, I would show you a clip of me gathering sand, like this. And then again, another clip if I needed stone. I would show you then again a clip of me going to get stone. And that would also get boring after quite some time. After just a little while, that would get pretty boring. So I am left with no other options but to just not include it. And it pains me to do this, since that was the hardest part of this entire storage system. Building it, that took around 10 hours, a little bit more. But collecting all of the blocks needed for the multi-item sorters and the sorters itself, those took a lot more time, and I had to do all of that. So not being able to put in all of that effort into the video because it would be boring, it is really sad. Since I'm trying to make an entertaining video, because obviously you clicked on this video, on this YouTube video, to be entertained, so I have no other option than to just leave it out. So you're gonna have to trust me. It's up to you whether you think I cheated, whether I just went into creative and filled all of these chests in creative, or whether I actually spent hours on hours grinding, getting just everything there is, and then putting them into these chests. So it's up to you. It's up to you to decide whether you think I'm a liar or whether I'm speaking the truth when I said I gathered all of these blocks in survival. Now you will also notice one last thing, which is this beacon. I now have all of these 6 effects you can get from a beacon. So this will be like, this is kind of my main base as well. I think I will be spending a lot of time here. So speed, jump boost, all of those stuff is really gonna come in handy. But this isn't done yet, so the massive storage system isn't 100% complete. If I had to be honest, it's about, let's say 95% complete. The only thing left is if we go and we fly. Now let's check out the storage system. Everything seems fine until you get at an angle like this. Yeah, it is floating. Now, Minecraft doesn't have any physics, but still, it doesn't look good to just have this massive structure just floating in the air. So we gotta do some terraforming and bring up the ground to make it look as if this is actually sitting on top of some kind of hill, and so that I can also access this without jump boost or without an elytra. So that is the last thing needed for a system, so let's get to it. Also, one thing about the current storage system is even when I finish the terraforming, it won't be properly done because I still do need some extremely rare items. For example, the God Apple, the enchanted gold apple, it needs to go there. But I don't have one. After exploring for many hours, going to bastions, their temples, etc., I couldn't find anything. You also won't find a netherite block because, well, do you know how hard a netherite block is to make? Do you know how much time it took me to get just this, the 3 ancient debris, 2 netherite scrap and 2 netherite ingots? It took quite a while. And then I'm gonna need 9 more just to make 1 block. Diamonds wasn't that big of a problem, getting diamond blocks. But netherite, yeah, that's a different story. And there you have it. So now with all of the terraforming done, the storage system is complete. Now it doesn't look like it's just magically floating in the air anymore. This is like 98% done. There are still a few changes, like for example the golden apple or enchanted golden apple that needs to go here, and also the netherite block. But those are just a few minor tweaks. Other than that, everything is working. Everything is done. So if I just go ahead and go get the massive amount of shulker boxes that I have piled up over there, I could just dump them into this chest. They will all be automatically sorted. I can also take all of the items in those chests, dump them into shulker boxes, and then just dump the shulker boxes into this chest, and they will also be automatically sorted. So I am never gonna do any manual sorting ever again. And items, for example the sword that is unstackable, that can't be sorted, they will just end up here as indicated with this item frame, and then the shulker boxes will end up here. So all the shulker boxes that I dump into this chest that needs to be emptied, once they are emptied, they will then be put into this chest. And if I have just an incredible amount of shulker boxes, maybe I can even fill up all of these chests, but that is quite unlikely. So that is the storage system done. After many hours of hard work, I am now very relieved, since I never have to run from chest to chest ever again, sorting items in their designated chest. I can just dump a massive amount of random items into one of these chests, and well, the redstone will do everything for me. So since this video was also about the storage system, the entire video was about the storage system, since it is done, that means the video is also over. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This did take a massive amount of effort, so maybe consider leaving a like and even subscribing if you feel like it. And then I'll see you next time.